Yo, what's up, my peoples? Welcome to another episode of Kicking It with Nate, aka Just Nate, aka whatever you want to call this video. Man, I got a really bad headache.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. I just ate a salad. And after I ate the salad, my head started hurting. I bet it was the raspberry dressing. It had to be the raspberry. Salad gave me the raspberry. Anyway, I'll get over it. I'll endure the pain. I'll endure the pain for this video. So, today was Mother's Day. Really cool. I went to the gym, worked out. Then went over to my aunt and uncle's, where all the family gathered together, and we had a nice little meal and get together. And now I'm back home. What can I say? Mother's Day. Yeah, it's a good day, you know. Gotta have a day for the moms. They do so much for us, don't they? They really deserve more than just one day. they deserve the whole year for what they do, and putting up with us kids. Oh boy, full-time job. Muchos respetos for the moms out there. Anyway, I was gonna do this video because I just want to talk a little bit about things that I'm working on to improve myself. I think that we should always do self-examination and see what areas in our lives that we can improve upon. And I'd like to go ahead and share with you 5 that I think that I need to work on myself. This is not my only 5. I could probably spend a good week or so talking to you about areas that I need to get better at. But for the sake of time, and because I don't think YouTube will allow 48-hour videos, I'm only going to talk about 5 of them. So, starting with number 1. I need to get better at asking questions. Not being afraid of asking questions. So many times, I'm not sure about what I should do, or maybe the person didn't speak loud enough, or I need to ask a question. But I think, man, that might be a stupid question, especially if you're asking a question, there's other people around, in a classroom setting or a meeting. That's something I gotta get better at. I'm an introvert, so I don't like raising my hand and saying, "Hey, ooh, question, teacher." I wasn't that kid in school that always questioned the teacher. It made the class run 10 minutes late every day. I wasn't that kid, but I was the kid that just sat in the back and I never asked any questions, and I still did okay in school. I mean, I graduated with honors, but I think I could have done better had... Oh man, the battery's about to die. Okay, I'm back after replacing the battery. Add that to the list of things I need to get better at. Making sure my camera has a fresh battery in it before starting filming one of these things. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. Talking about asking questions. The old saying, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Yes, there are stupid questions, but there's no question not worth asking if you don't know what the answer is. I'll put it that way. Yes, I've been asked stupid questions before, and I need to work on just answering the question and not being like, hey, you don't know the answer to that? What's wrong with you? You know? Okay, that's another thing I need to work on. But anyway, questions. Number 2. Let's see. What was number 2 thing? Yes. Kind of goes with number 1. But speaking up. Not being afraid to speak up. So many times that, like at a restaurant, I need my glass refilled and the waitress passes by and she doesn't fill it up, so I just say, oh well, and I go the rest of the meal without any drink fluid. So, getting better at that, waving the waitress down, hey, yo, I need a refill, come on, what's wrong with you? No, but yeah, that's something in recent years I've gotten better at. When I was younger, I would never speak up in that regard. Or even at work, if somebody would say something and I needed to speak up, I'd feel the need to, but I wouldn't. So, yeah, that's something I need to just get better at, is speaking up, when something needs to be addressed. What is next? I'm looking with my computer screen in the back that's got my list on it, but this print is really small, so I'm having to squint my eyes. What's it say? Go with the gut. Yes. Go with my gut feeling, my instinct. Have you ever had a situation where every ounce in your body was telling you to not do that, or to do that, or this is a really bad idea, or you should totally do this? That's happened to me so many times, and I'll resist that feeling and I'll do the opposite because I start thinking and not going on my gut. And I'm telling you, like 9 times out of 10, my gut feeling was right. I'll look back and say, man, I should have listened to my gut. Why? Why didn't I listen to you? It knows what it's talking about. Call it intuition, subconscious, I don't know. But I'm telling you, when it starts talking, you gotta listen. Unfortunately, it doesn't speak English, so sometimes I'm not sure what it's saying. But sometimes I can tell if it's yelling at me or if it's not. So, listening to my gut, that would be number 3. That's sure, number 4. What? Yes. Of course. Not arguing. I'm not a confrontational person. I'll put it that way. However, I can be quite argumentative if I am pushed, and unfortunately I find it hard to back down from an argument, especially when I know I'm right. I tell you what, the situation at work with Phil, that taught me a valuable lesson in learning not to argue. Because arguing is pointless. You're better off just saying okay and walking away than arguing, because you'll never win. You can't convince someone to change their opinion more times than not, unless they're open-minded, but it takes a special person. And usually, if it's just some person out there that you're arguing with, you're not going to win it. If it's like a close friend, possibly, if they really respect you. If it's a family member, maybe not, probably not. But more times than not, it's not worth your breath. It's not worth my breath. And I've gotten into a lot of arguments, and it's just a waste of time and energy, and I don't know why I do it. It makes me think of debates. Debates are just organized arguments, aren't they? One person's given a minute to make their point, while the other person isn't really listening to their point. They're just waiting for that person to stop talking so they can make their point. And they go back and forth. And nobody really wins at a debate. Right? Nobody's opinions change anyway, between the two debaters. The old saying, I think, goes, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. 99.725% accurate. Would you like to argue that? Okay. What's next? The last one. Point number 5. I've got to do a better job at not being afraid to say no. I am a people pleaser by nature. I'm a nice guy. If somebody asks me to do something, do a favor, I do it. If somebody says, can you jump for me? I say, how high? That is good and bad. It's good in that you're always wanting to help other people and that you're always wanting to serve. But it's bad because people can take advantage of you very easily. And it's also problematic if someone's trying to get you to do something that goes against your principal beliefs, that goes against your morals, and not being able to say no can compromise that. Can get you in a lot of trouble. So I've struggled with that. Not being able to say no has put me into some stressful situations with work, having too much workload dumped on me because I can't turn down something because I'm always saying, yeah, I'll do it. Nate, can you do this? Yeah, I got it. Nate, can you do this? Yeah, I got it. Nate, can you come in on Sunday? Yeah, okay. Now, I will, of course, when it comes to God, if somebody tries to get me to work on Saturday or, go out to a party on Friday night or do something like that, yeah, I'm going to say no. But my inherent nature of trying to be a people pleaser, I'm inclined to say yes too many times, unfortunately. So that's something that I know is I don't want to say it's a flaw, but it's something I got to get better at. I almost hate to admit this, but when Phil was my boss, he did analyze the staff and tell us what he thought our weaknesses were. And he pointed out with me, my fundamental flaw is that I can't upset the apple cart. If I had a staff member that needed to go, and I was really good friends with them, I couldn't cut ties with them for the sake of the program. I wouldn't be able to do it. And I don't like confrontations. But I will say this. That situation forced me to take steps that ultimately did get him removed from that position. So I think that backfired a little bit on you, Phil. Maybe. Okay, so that was like 5, 6 if you include batteries. There's a lot of other things. I'm not a perfect person. That's a really superficial list. I could get a lot deeper. There's a lot of things that I'm constantly trying to improve upon, that I'm aware of. And then there's hidden things that maybe I'm not aware of that I need to get better at. But really the basic idea of this video is that we want to always continue to improve ourselves by examining ourselves. And when we look at ourselves in the mirror, what do we see? Do we like what we see? And are there areas that we can adjust and fix? Can some things be fixed overnight? Some can. But most things, they're going to take time because they're just bad habits. Or it might be a character flaw that we have to work at to get rid of. But it's possible. And I'm not going to go into religion or anything like that, but fundamentally changing who we are is a big part, if not the biggest part of that process. You can't stay the same. Unfortunately, I hate saying the old saying, but the vast majority of people don't change. They are who they are. They don't look to improve themselves. They keep all their flaws, and they just go through life with all those flaws, and they develop more flaws. Every now and then you have that rare individual that completely changes their life, and they become a completely different person later on. Those people are special. But that's something that I always look at myself as. Am I a better person than I was last year? Am I a better person than I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago? And looking onto the future, am I going in the right direction or am I regressing? Am I becoming a better person or am I taking 2 steps backwards? And sometimes the hardest thing to do is to be honest with yourself. And brutally honest. But, that's part of the process of growing. And that concludes my lecture for the day. Class, I hope you enjoyed the black backdrop, which is very cool, and my Three Stooges t-shirt, which is pretty cool too. I've had this for many years. I hardly wear it. And I don't think I have anything else I'd like to talk about today. I could gripe and complain about my headache, but I don't think that would be very interesting. Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and see you guys later. Oh, by the way, not next week. Next week I got a church picnic. It's the picnic that, it's at my grandpa's house, but the church, what's it called? Church of God Worldwide Association, CAGWA, the splinter group from United. They always have like a church picnic around this time, and everybody goes over there and they barbecue and stuff like that. I just go there because it's my grandpa's house, and I got a couple of cousins that go there anyway. But that's what I'll be doing next week on Sunday, and then the week after, going to the beach. Pensacola Beach. Beautiful. I'm going to take a lot of pictures, bring my GoPro camera, get some awesome shots, bring this camera, get some cool sunset on the beach, waves and all that stuff. Have a lot of fun there for a couple of days. Then it's back to the grind into June, which starts the busy season for my work. So I'm going to be so busy at work, coaching and administrating, management, all that cool stuff. I don't even know. Starting to train. We got a camp at my old high school, which is really cool. Slidell High. We'll be training their girls. I think it's volleyball, softball, and I don't know what other team they have there. Basketball team players, the girls teams, at the campus in the gym, and I actually had to go there not last week but the week before and talk to the coach and athletic director. I think was there. So cool going back to my old stomping grounds because I haven't been there like in 10 years, at least inside the school. I've been to the couple of graduations for my cousins and my brother, but I haven't been on the actual campus inside the building, and it's like completely different than what I remember because they renovated the school. So I'm walking in there, I'm like, man, all this is just, it's all different, man. Completely changed. But everything's still in the same spot, just like new stuff. But just going in there and then walking into the gym, and they redid the floor, but the smell's still the same, that gym smell. Smelling that gym and be like, man, I can't believe I'm coming back here to my high school to train high school athletes. And when I was in high school, I didn't play jack. I didn't play a single sport. I hated PE. I didn't even want to do PE. Like, get me out of this class. I would rather be doing some drama or something like that. Not running around the track. But now, I'm coming back to my old stomping grounds as a performance coach. Doesn't that show you how weird life is? Here's a guy that never played sports. Now he's going to go train athletes at his old school 10 years later. Who would have thought that? Guarantee you my old coaches didn't think that. They're like, this guy ain't going to come train my athletes 10 years from now. Speaking of which, another funny thing. I know this video is taking forever, but I got to share this. So I'm working out at the gym. I'm doing some, I don't know, I'm lifting weights or whatever. But I catch a glance of this lady. She's like 50, and I'm like, wait a minute. She looks really familiar. It was my old junior high school PE coach. Now, it's been like 15 years since I've been to junior high. Wait a minute. Is it 15? Oh man, it might have been more than 15 years. Yeah, okay, we'll go 15. So, when she was my coach, she was like 39. So now she's like in her mid-50s. So I'm looking at her, I'm like, okay, the hair is still about the same. Age her about 15 years. That's probably her. But I wasn't 100% confident, so I just kind of winked at it. But I went and looked her up in the database at the gym, and I was like, is that Coach Sager? Oh, it is Coach Sager. Look at that. She's been a member since 1992. How about that? That's really cool. I wish I would have went and said hi, but at the same time, she probably wouldn't have remembered me because I was that kid. That was always like, oh, coach. Oh, my arm hurts. I can't play today. I can't dress out today. Or, oh man, my toe. I can't walk, coach. I can't walk. Take me out. I was that kid. So maybe she would remember me. But wouldn't it be comical if I told her, oh yeah, now I'm the assistant director at the Parisi Speed School where we train athletes, and I'm also a performance coach. And that's another thing too. I also signed up for I'm working towards my performance enhancement specialist certification, and this is like the creme de la creme certification for people who train athletes. And this is the certification that sports performance coaches like in the NBA, in the NFL, they have this certification. So I just signed up for it. They had like a Cinco de Mayo special on it, so I could sign up for like they slashed the price down quite substantially, but it still costs a lot of money. But I was like, I got to get this. So I signed up for that, so I'm gonna be like studying that now. So I'm like back in the study mode. It's pretty cool. So this video is probably gonna be like 30 minutes now. Cool. That's all right. Y'all like long videos, right? Longer the better. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up before this video turns into 1 hour long, and then YouTube gets mad at me and makes me take all my videos down because hey, you're taking up all internet space. That's not cool. So I like how I always end my videos with so. I will see you. Probably not next week. Probably not the week after that. But the week after that week. So like 3 weeks maybe? Or 4? I don't know. But I will see you later. That's a guarantee. I don't know. Sign language or whatever. But, you know, basically, I want to say bye. See you later.